Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin Cash. And before we jump into this, I just really want to stress the idea that if anybody is seeing some incredible gains right now off of Bitcoin Cash, I congratulate you. If you guys got in during my first call out on Twitter before I was even making videos on Bitcoin Cash, then that's awesome. For anybody that did recently buy in under $1,000, that's incredible as well. Currently, we are trading at about $1,300. And we are seeing some pretty good gains. I just want to stress the idea that my target personally is 10K. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that we're going to see 20K plus. And I just really want to stress the idea that if you guys do not have an exit strategy right now, it's probably best to really set up some right now currently and keep to those, because I know at the end of the day, once it hits your target, you're going to be saying, oh, I don't know if maybe I should stop my sell order and continue just to hold because I think that's going to go higher and higher and higher. I just want to stress the idea that, listen, at the end of the day, if you're 10x, your initial investment, then that's incredible. That's something that me personally, I would not feel guilty at all selling. Yeah, sure, it could go to $50,000 for an example or something like that. But for me personally, I invested under $500, and at $10,000, I will already be like 20x my initial investment. So for me personally, I find it easy to sell at $10,000. Now, of course, it all depends on your entry and where you truly feel confident with selling. Of course, I always stress the idea that always have an exit strategy no matter what before you have an entry strategy. But nonetheless, let's jump into this. So, the benefits of coupling Ethereum with Bitcoin Cash. Smart Bitcoin Cash sidechain testnet is now public. On Thursday, the Smart Bitcoin Cash team announced the launch of the Smart Bitcoin Cash testnet, explaining that developers and decentralized app makers can now experiment and develop with the high-performance EVM-compatible Bitcoin Cash sidechain. Further, Bitcoin.com news spoke with Wang Q. I hope that I said that name right. If I didn't, I apologize. The lead developer of the Smart Bitcoin Cash project. The Smart Bitcoin Cash tech lead told our news desk about the inner workings of the sidechain that can connect with the Ethereum network. Testnet for Smart Bitcoin Cash, a Bitcoin Cash Layer 2 project, is live. During the last few weeks, the Smart Bitcoin Cash project has been a topical conversation within the Bitcoin Cash community. The reason for these conversations is because the Smart Bitcoin Cash team has revealed a project that is EVM and Web3 compatible, but far cheaper in terms of transaction fees. This is because the Smart Bitcoin Cash project is a sidechain built on Bitcoin Cash, and it leverages the Bitcoin Cash chain's lower transaction fees. Bitcoin.com has reported on the project on a few occasions since it was announced, and on April 29th, the team has revealed the Smart Bitcoin Cash testnet is now live. Then here we go. We have the Smart Bitcoin Cash testnet will allow decentralized application DApp creators and programmers the ability to test and deploy experimental projects using the testing framework. Developers should read the recently published Smart Bitcoin Cash testnet documentation before getting started. The team's testnet announcement notes that Bitcoin Cash community has been waiting for this project to go live and said the project Telegram channel has swelled with members. For instance, the CoinFlex exchange has had its development team testing the testnet of Smart Bitcoin Cash while it was still private. MetaMask is connecting without issue and Solidity code is working well. We set up a DEX on our private testnet, created tokens, and it's all going smoothly, Mark Lamb, CEO of CoinFlex, said. The Smart Bitcoin Cash team says the concept is the first of its kind sidechain for Bitcoin Cash, and there are many benefits Bitcoin Cash offers. Bitcoin Cash itself is not specifically equipped for smart contracting functions, preferring use cases centered around peer-to-peer cash, the Smart Bitcoin Cash team said on Wednesday. However, as a sidechain to Bitcoin Cash, Smart Bitcoin Cash aims to build a new playground for the Bitcoin Cash ecosystem and enlarge the user base. Wang Q, the lead developer of the Smart Bitcoin Cash, further discussed the protocol with Bitcoin.com news this week. Wang Q stresses that the protocol provides an EVM and Web3 compatible sidechain for Bitcoin Cash, staking its hash power while utilizing Bitcoin Cash as the native gas paying token. What's more, by incorporating hardware-friendly components, vastly increased scalability is unlocked, Q remarked. over, the Smart Bitcoin Cash tech lead discussed the project in great detail with Bitcoin.com news in an exclusive interview transcribed below. Now here we go. We have an in-depth interview with lead Wang Q, Bitcoin.com news, BCN. What made you decide to start such a venture, and why did you choose to leverage the Bitcoin Cash network? Then he said, I've been talking about the project background since the second half of 2018. I've been working on how to maximize transactions per second, but the work has been on and off as I was assigned with other tasks. By the second half of 2020, I finally found a feasible way. After many failures, after discussing the idea with the industry leaders, we decided to deliver my research results by launching Smart Bitcoin Cash. The main reason for choosing the Bitcoin Cash network is that it features big blocks. Based on my professional background and work experience, I think optimization measures should be taken to give full play to the ability of the computing system itself. You can call it brute force. However, Ethereum prefers subtle ways like sharding and layer 2. The reason I choose to leverage the Bitcoin Cash protocol is because I'm a big supporter of Bitcoin Cash, and I think it is the most in line with the original vision of Satoshi, which is to serve as many people as possible. And then, of course, this is the question. Can you explain to our readers how Smart Bitcoin Cash aims to enhance EVM throughout the Web3 apps? First, we abandoned the single-layer semantics and defined in Ethereum's yellow paper. Single-thread semantics is not a must to support EVM and Web3, and it blocks many optimizations. Second, we developed a lot of low-level libraries which support parallel execution of EVM transactions to exploit the potential of modern CPU and SSD. Last but not least, we optimized the EVM execution engine and storage engine, which makes each EVM instruction run faster. Now, I understand that you guys are probably questioning yourself, like saying, why is this so important to Bitcoin Cash? What really will this do for Bitcoin Cash's price at the end of the day? So with this being implemented as, a side chain essentially, it's utilizing the fees on Bitcoin Cash itself, which means, more money that's running through Smart Bitcoin Cash essentially is going to run through Bitcoin Cash itself, meaning the price of Bitcoin Cash will be going up in price as well. Again, this is all, essentially supply and demand at the end of the day. But also, the more and more money that flows, the more and more the price goes up overall. We kind of seen this with even like XRP with the XRP ledger as well. So here's another question. Have third-party Bitcoin Cash developers been looking into the Smart Bitcoin Cash protocol? Yes, we will have several companies confirmed and will join our testnet and participate to be the validator. And we have several new applications developed and dedicated for Smart Bitcoin Cash and several existing applications being ported to Smart Bitcoin Cash. And they said the throughput is quoted as being 1 billion gas every 15 seconds. Can you explain how that will work? Ethereum's consensus engine and execution engine must be run in serial and in the block interval. The new block must be executed several times on different peer-to-peer nodes because it uses proof of work consensus algorithm. And we talked about that in my last Bitcoin Cash video. And then by optimizing the consensus algorithm and allowing the consensus engine and execution engine to run concurrently, we must speed it up by about 5 times. And then we have here, by executing the EVM transactions in parallel, we could speed up the execution by about 10 times, and by reducing each EVM instructions time consumption, we could further speed it up by about 2 to 3 times. So overall, we are confident to speed up Ethereum by 100 times. It's actually major for Ethereum. How will Bitcoin Cash miners be affected by Smart Bitcoin Cash? Bitcoin Cash miners can vote for their validators on Bitcoin Cash and get gas fee rewards, such that they can benefit from decentralized finance, DeFi applications on Smart Bitcoin Cash. Again, this is huge for Bitcoin Cash people who are mining it or even just holding it overall. And then it says, would you say that Smart Bitcoin Cash will be able to produce the same results as a myriad of the DeFi apps built on Ethereum, like stablecoins, AMMs, liquidity pools, decentralized exchanges, and tools of that nature? Then mentioned here, he says, all the Ethereum DeFi apps can be ported to Smart Bitcoin Cash with negligible effort. Also, we are expecting new applications which require high throughput and low gas price to run will emerge on Smart Bitcoin Cash. Then here's another question. When you say Smart Bitcoin Cash's innovation lies in libraries, what does that mean? Instead of inventing fancy consensus and cryptographic or algorithms, we decided to adopt another methodology to develop low-level libraries with an aim to fully uncover the hardware's potential, especially its inherent parallelism. Ordinary users and developers are provided with a compatibility layer supporting EVM and Web3, so the optimized low-level close to the metal libraries themselves remain concealed by this layer of abstraction. During the implementation, we used the codename mowing, which is added to the library's names as prefixes. Then we also have these libraries follow the Unix philosophy: simple, short, clear, modular, and extensible. Other projects can reuse them and benefit from them. And then we also have another question here. As far as cryptocurrency in general, do you envision the industry seeing exponential growth going forward as we've seen during the end of 2020 and into 2021? We also have the answer here. I'm not sure about what will happen in the near future, but in the long run, the population of the cryptocurrency community will surely grow exponentially, and Smart Bitcoin Cash is getting ready for the next 100x growth of on-chain users. Then we also have here just a question about what you think about this overall article. For me personally, I think that this is very bullish for Bitcoin Cash. And we actually have the article here from Smart Bitcoin Cash themselves. If you guys don't follow them, I definitely advise you to follow them because they are doing incredible stuff. But for the most part, here's another article on it. This is from the 29th, as they mentioned in that article, and it pretty much goes over everything that we just talked about overall. But for the most part, I think that this is huge for Bitcoin Cash. I think Bitcoin Cash is going to be something to really be invested in, not even just for this bull run, but for the next bull run as well. So with that being said, yes, I'm going to be selling my Bitcoin Cash at the end of this bull run at the top of the cycle, or at least close to the top of the cycle, because nobody's going to really be able to sell at the top exactly, no matter how good you are at technical analysis. No matter how long you've been in the game, you are still never going to be selling the top unless you get very, very lucky. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely going to be selling my Bitcoin Cash and rebuying low during the bear market. But with that being said, we see Bitcoin Cash in the top 10, only at a 25 billion market cap, which is why I believe we're going to be seeing a big increase in price. And I think that we could potentially, and I know this might be crazy to say, but I think that we could possibly take the third spot at the end of this bull cycle, because the all-time high currently for it is only $4,355, and currently we are trading at about $1,338, being in the 9th place spot. We did flip Litecoin, which is pretty cool. I think we're going to be flipping Polkadot very shortly, as well as ADA. But even if we look at the metrics here on Bitcoin Cash, we could kind of see that currently right now the volume per market cap is only about 14.28%. The volume overall is about 3.5 billion, almost 3.6. Current market cap is only about 25, like we mentioned. And I think that soon we're going to really see this kind of blow up in terms of price. For anybody that is new to Bitcoin Cash or is looking to be buying into Bitcoin Cash, I would say possibly, DCA in once we kind of drop a little bit, because I do think that we could kind of come down and retest $1,250. Now, I know that is a little bit of a stretch, but at the end of the day, I think the time to really buy was, possibly about like a few weeks ago, or at least a little bit before we touched $1,000, because I know that just recently we did get a nice little dip on here. If we come here and really look, we touched I think that was actually the last 7 days. Recently we touched down to like 952. That was about 3 days ago, which was a great entry point in my opinion. That was pretty much like a low risk, high reward. Last 30 days, if we look here, we were actually under $800 on. That was going back to April 25th. Now back to where I entered, that was about, I think that was back in that was back in March. It was like around the end of February. I entered under like $500. I felt really good with that entry point. And I think that we have a long way to go on Bitcoin Cash. You know, under 19 million circulating supply, which is crazy. Max supply is 21 million, pretty much the same as Bitcoin. Like I said, it's a fork of Bitcoin, so pretty much it's the same metrics. Of course, it's not the same market cap or the same price, but at the end of the day, I do think that it could reach pretty high up. Now, like I said, I am getting out at 10K. That is my exit strategy. It could go higher. That's just my exit strategy at all. So if anybody wants to, you know, have a safer exit strategy, or if they want to do a riskier exit strategy, you guys are more free to do that. But I think that, you know, at least like over 2x from its all-time high is a decent exit strategy nonetheless. But anyways, guys, that was my video on Bitcoin Cash. I will keep you guys updated as more news circulates. I hope that you all have an amazing day or an amazing night. Thank you all for the support. I appreciate it nonetheless. If you guys do want to follow me on Twitter, at NCashOfficial. If you guys do want more free content, definitely follow the Discord channel below and join. And guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on, because I'm always trying to upload as much content as possible. But nonetheless, thank you all for the support. This has been Nick. Peace out.